Ria had always been a dreamer, but life didn't go easy on her. She worked for years to get into her dream college, and failed. She started a small business, and it collapsed. Her friends left. Her father passed away suddenly, and every door she knocked on stayed shut. She began to wonder, maybe I'm not meant to succeed. One evening, after days of silence, her mother sat beside her and said gently, "Beta, why don't you go stay with Dadu for a while?" And so, she did. Her grandfather's home was quiet, no Wi-Fi. No noise, just trees, birds, and the smell of old books. That night, as they sat on the veranda, her grandfather handed her a warm cup of milk and said with a soft smile, "Do you want to hear a story?" She nodded, and he began.
In a village between two hills stood a temple with a tall stone tower, and at the top of that tower hung a bell, large, bronze, beautiful. Every morning at sunrise, the bell would ring, and its melody would fill the valley. It woke the birds, it brought peace, it gave the day its first breath. Then one night, a storm arrived, the sky roared, the wind howled, lightning flashed, and struck the temple tower. The bell cracked. The next morning, it did not ring. The villagers said, "It's broken. Useless now." And they stopped coming, but one man still came every morning, Hari, the old temple keeper. He swept the stairs, cleaned the floor, and looked up at the cracked bell and whispered, "Even broken things have a purpose." One day, a young girl named Mira came to the temple. She was small, quiet, and alone, just like Ria. She walked up to the bell, placed her hand on the cold, cracked metal, and softly pulled the rope. The sound that came out wasn't perfect, it was uneven, broken, wobbly, but it was a sound. Mira smiled and whispered, "It sounds like me." And from that day on, she rang it every morning. At first, people laughed, but then, they listened. Old women cried, children danced, men paused their work. The bell hadn't returned to perfection, it had found its truth. It didn't matter that it was cracked, it mattered that it still tried, and in trying, it gave the world hope.
Grandfather finished the story and looked at Ria. He said,
"Beta, maybe you feel broken, but you're not useless. You're not done, you're becoming."
Ria didn't reply, but something inside her woke up. In the days that followed, she woke early, she walked, she wrote, she applied, she failed again. But smiled this time, because she wasn't chasing perfection, she was chasing courage. Even a cracked bell can wake up a sleeping world. So if you're tired, broken, or unheard, don't give up. Keep ringing.